What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So there's this particular event that happens in one of the mission segments in Marvel Spider-Man 2. For those of you who've not played the game and you don't want any spoilers, I recommend that you avert your eyes. But we're going to talk a little bit about the technical aspects of what I think is going on. Now, I may be wrong, but I think I probably have an idea as to what may be going on, because this has been categorized as a bug in the game. But I think because of the overinflation and exaggeration of what people consider as bugs, they're missing out the big picture. So when you're fighting on this particular mission where you're on a vessel, you realize that the water is a kill zone. In reality, you can get into the water in the game, but it only depends on when the developers want you to actually get into water. But in this particular case, you're not allowed to get into the water, because if you do, your health bar is going to be deleted. So I was taking out these bad guys, and I used one of Spider-Man's super moves, a special move, and I was standing way close to the deck. Next thing you know, I fall in the water, and then my character hits the water at first. You could hear a sound thinking that, oh, this character is already gone, but then he falls into the water. His health is still at 100%, but then he goes through the water and then hits like a little floor zone, and then his health bar deletes, and then characters, restarting the section again. Now, many have said this is a bug, but, calm down. Before you jump into bug mode, I think that's a fail-safe in a sense, because if you send these enemy NPCs in the sequence into the water, they're also goners for the most part. Like, they're not going to come back. So that's how you actually take them out. So that water is now designed as a place where if anybody gets down to a specific height or depth, in a sense, they're going to go, including you yourself. So I don't think it counts. I think for this particular encounter, because it's cut out for this level, in quote, and I say level because the ship is the level now, and then everything around it is you being out of bounds. Now, Spider-Man can float a little bit. You'll see how I'm able to zip and zap, hover above the water, but I still have to, basically web zip into the ship area. So I have, floor for landing just after gravity is done. So I think it's a smart way to be able to execute a mission on a ship. That's where your mission is based. If you go outside, you're going to pretty much, have the developers find a way to tell you, hey, you've gone outside of the mission area. But the beautiful thing is it doesn't really punish you heavily. It just resets you back to, the point of the encounter that you are. The encounter seems to be divided into, different segments. And so when you finish one segment and you kind of move on to the other, the game is going to hold your progress as, at where you last stopped. And so that's where the game is going to go ahead and, bring you back into the game from. It's a very, in my opinion anyways, a genius way to actually get the mission done. Because this game, many think it's like, this is an open world game and all. I get the, categorization, but this is not really, this is a semi-open world game. This is a game that, because of the way its progression is, it is quite linear in a sense. So even its game design methodology is going to see linear aspects and, the way they actually set things up. Because again, like I said, and I don't want to say too much, you can get in the water, you can, pretty much surf on the water, but at some point in time, you can even swim in some segments, but that's only when the game allows for you to do that. So for those who are categorizing this as a bug, I just want to go, no, you got to actually categorize exactly what is going on and why the developers have decided that this is how it's going to be. Now, I wish once you hit the water, they kind of maybe put you in a position where the game played an animation where, Spider-Man was maybe carried away by some water current or something like that. You know what I mean? That would have probably allowed for more immersion. But again, that's more stuff you have to load into the game's memory. So this is just a simple way because I know they can do it. I mean, Tomb Raider does stuff like this all the time, where if you fall into water where you're not supposed to, Lara Croft then gets carried by a current and then, she's gone. But then, you in some segments, you can actually swim in water. It's just basically the same thing that's done in most games that are either semi-linear or having some kind of appearance of an open world or semi-open world. But that's what I wanted to talk about. I thought it was really interesting to experience it myself, and it just kind of, basically got me thinking. So let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching the video. Appreciate you guys' thoughts, and we'll talk soon. Peace out.